Hey guys, today I'd like to talk to you about change, how you can create it in your life, and why it is so difficult to change and grow. But I got to double check and make sure that the sound is actually working this time. I see sound. I hear sound. Now I have to hear myself. Okay, so this video is going to be extremely important for anybody that's trying to fix something in their lives, trying to cure themselves of anxiety or get stronger, get happier. So whatever it is in your life, if you're trying to quit cigarettes, or if you're trying to get in better shape, or you would just like to be more patient with your loved ones, or you're trying to cure anxiety, there's something you have to look at here. The reason that you want to change is because whatever it is causing you a certain level of suffering, right? But just how much suffering are you experiencing right now? Just how much are you going through? And is it enough to create change, What's up, Muhammad? If it's something like, that doesn't bother you that much, and that's okay. We have to look into this. If it's something that's not that big of a deal, you have to really see it. Really see whether or not this thing that you want to change is a very, very important thing for you. So, whatever it is, let's stick with, hi Donna, whatever it is, let's say it's anxiety, let's say it's depression. Love you too, Muhammad. If it is something that's really crushing your life, really hurting you, look at it. Look at how, hey Sue, welcome. Look at how much it's affecting your life, and ask yourself, how much do I really want this thing changed? How much do I want to be this, if it's anxiety, how much do I really want to be calm? How much do I want to be happy? What am I willing to give up? What am I willing to do for this kind of thing? So the key thing that most people are missing, and I hope so many people in this group that are suffering get this takeaway here today, is obsession. If you want to change something in your life, you need to become a little bit obsessed with it. Actually, you really need to become very, very obsessed with it. And not in a way that every waking moment that you don't have it makes you hurt. In a way that every waking moment that you don't have it, you're trying to get it. So I'm going to give you exact steps, the exact methods that I use to change myself. I'll give plenty of testimony. I'll answer any questions. But let me tell you what your problem is right now if you're trying to change and get better. But first, let me see. Michelle says, right where I need to be right now. Thank you for going live. Absolutely. Happy to do it. So go to the mirror. Get really quiet. Take a deep breath and look at yourself in the mirror. And I'm being really serious about this. It seems like a ridiculous thing to do, but try it. Look yourself in the mirror and say, do I want my anxiety completely gone more than anything? Do I want to be happy and calm and strong more than anything? Do I want to be confident and outgoing? Do I want to be in better shape? Do I want to be a better sleeper or a better friend or a better lover or whatever it is? Do I want that more than anything? And it's okay if you don't. Look, we don't have to force motivation here. If you don't want it more than anything, that's great. That's perfectly fine. But don't beat yourself up over it when you don't have it then. That whole guilt thing that we do, I kind of want to be in better shape, but, do I want it that badly? Not really. We have Hershey Kisses in the freezer, and I'll pop a couple of those at night, whatever, so I don't beat myself up over it when I'm looking in the mirror and I'm kind of rocking a bit of the dad bod. It is what it is. I don't get that beat up over it. But that's what you guys have to see. If you don't want it more than anything in the whole world, then don't get down on yourselves. I mean, don't get down on yourselves either way. But the reason why I'm saying that is because you really have to look yourself in the mirror, right in the eyes, and ask yourself, do I want this more than anything? And if you do, you'll have it. If you do, you'll have it. That's great, too. Let me see. Some other people are saying stuff. Lisa agrees. Muhammad said, love you all. Let's kick out this damn anxiety. What's up, Craig? Better sleep would be good, he says. Got it. There's probably so many things going on in your life right now that are keeping you awake, but anxiety is probably the biggest one. So here's the thing. Craig, my brother, and my brothers and sisters in this group, or whoever winds up watching this, Sue says, check yourself and be honest about it. It's so, you have to know, do I want this more than anything? And everyone's willing to say, yeah, sure. I want anxiety gone more than anything. I'm serious. It's got to be a 10 out of 10. You have to want this more than anything. So when I'm coaching people, this is part of the first conversation that I have with them. I have to understand if they really want this beat. Because a lot of people want it beat. I mean, everybody wants to be happy and rich and fit and the list goes on, right? But do they want it more than anything? No, they don't. And you have to ask yourself. So if you do it, you go to a mirror and you come back to this video and you're like, yes, Kale, I do, and I feel it. Like I can really feel it. Then we take the next step, and you need to become completely obsessed with this change. You need to completely immerse yourself in wanting this change so that when things come up, you can make the decision, actually, no, you know what, I really, really want to kick my anxiety, so I'm not going to drink tonight, something like that. I really want to be rid of depression, so I'm going to go outside instead of watching another Netflix show or something like that. I need fresh air. I need to be outside. Craig says, I let myself down, had 12 beers Thursday, gave up for 2 months. Holy cow, brother. How did you have 12 beers after not drinking for 2 months? You must have been tanked, dude. So here's what I'll say to you, man. It is what it is. You're not going to quit drinking by beating yourself up about drinking. What you need to do is say, you know what, I did it to have fun, and I probably won't do it again because I probably definitely felt like total crap for like the next 2 days, including anxiety. But I learned my lesson. I'm not going to do it again. And that's what you have to say. But the problem that you have, Craig, I'm guessing, and that a lot of you guys, hey, Emery, that you guys have, is that you allow yourself to do something bad, and then you beat yourself up about it. And all that's doing is saying, when you say, oh, you're an idiot, why did you do that? Why did you drink? You shouldn't have done that. I can't believe I did that. I don't have any self-control. You're training your mind to not have self-control. You're training your mind to be weak or feel small. So don't beat yourself up. It happened. Laugh about it. Love it. Pat yourself on the back for being able to put down 12 beers after 2 months of being sober. And then just let it go. And then make a decision. Are you completely committed to curing anxiety? Then drinking probably has to stop, because drinking really, really messes with a lot of your anxieties. Now, if it doesn't mess with it, the next day you don't feel twice as anxious, then ignore that. That's not your tip, right? Lisa says anxiety huge lately, but I get it gone. However, I'm raising a haywire granddaughter. So, like, you can see it in one of my dogs. We still are working out some of her anxiety, but, I mean, it rubs off on other people and other things. And the best way to help them is helping yourself. So that was Lisa saying that. Lisa, just keep being strong. Your granddaughter's got plenty of time to learn how to be calm. You should join the meditation challenge. We're doing it every day, and we're going to do it for a long time. So, guys, jump in anytime. And start up 30 seconds a day. Just start. So what else am I seeing here? Oh, Lisa says I've helped her hugely. Thank you. Sue says you have to want to put in that work. It doesn't happen overnight. So that's like 2 good points. Again, Sue, so you really have to want to put in the work. So that's saying, yes, 10 out of 10, I want to be in better shape. 10 out of 10, I want to be nicer to my family. 10 out of 10, I want to cure anxiety. Then you have to really want to, no matter how much work and how much change it's going to take, you have to want to do that. So I'm definitely going to give you some of my tips. So stick around. But these points are really, like, the mindset for it is really important to understand. And then Sue mentioning it doesn't happen overnight. I think the biggest thing, especially if you guys have met when we've had one-on-one conversations and your life was changed for 2 weeks, you might, there are a few people in here that it's been just like that. Their lives are completely changed in 2 weeks, and they went right back to the things they were doing before, because it's really hard to keep yourself accountable. And if I'm not coaching you one-on-one, you have to find some way of staying accountable and putting in the work over and over and over again and making sure that it's gone. So, oh, Lisa said if I could do a program for her. How old is she? Yep, Craig was worse the next 2 days. Michelle, thoughts on these solar shifts followed by the full moon? Do they really mess with us? Honestly, Michelle, I'm not really sure, but I will tell you that I'm on a cycle that very often I'm crankier and more tired when the moon is about to be full or the moon is full. So I'm not sure. I really have to start studying it. Perhaps. I mean, it affects the gravity in some way, very lightly. It's the reason for the wind and the waves in the ocean, so perhaps. Craig's back on water good. Lisa says she's 10-year-old granddaughter. Dude, your 10-year-old granddaughter can learn anything that she wants from me. I keep it pretty PG for the most part. Happy Easter, Penny. All right, so change. You have to be obsessed with it. So how do you become obsessed in a healthy way, right? That means that every waking moment that you want to be, and we'll just stick with anxiety, right? Every waking moment that you want to be calmer, and you wish that you could control your emotions, and you could control the way that your body feels, and you could control your thoughts, and wish that it was calmer. Don't beat yourself up. Every time you notice this is your subconscious mind saying, hey, here's a thought. And you're going, oh, I notice that I'm anxious right now and I don't want to be. That's a great opportunity. It's not a bad opportunity. Understand this is you noticing it, and you can say, oh, I can take this moment right here, right now, to try to practice something that's going to make me calmer, to try to digest some kind of information that's going to help me more, to stare at a freaking tree. Sorry, I just told Lisa that it was PG. To stare at a tree or a cloud, or go outside for a few minutes and invite in some calmness and clarity. Every single time something bad occurs in your life, it's just an opportunity to shift into something positive. It feels bad because it's telling you that you don't like that. So do something that you like. Try to get to a place that you enjoy. So what does Kale do to become obsessed? Well, you guys should write some of these things down if you don't already do any of these things. So there's podcasts. There's a podcast for everything. Podcasts and YouTube videos and books on audio, and you can listen to these things. Not in your car if you're not driving, while you're washing the dishes, while you're cooking dinner, while you're in the shower, playing that crap loud, first thing in the morning, while you're just hanging out. Listen. Write down notes. Keep a notebook with you and write things down. All day long, I have something planned. Unless I'm actually actively trying to be quiet and to be present. So maybe it's like 3/4 of the day I'm listening and I'm learning and I'm digesting things. There's so much free information out there, and you can do it in the car, and you can do it when you're going to the bathroom and play instead of playing Candy Crush or whatever you kids are into these days. The next thing is Facebook groups. Now, when it comes to curing anxiety, I haven't found another group that's actually trying to do this regularly and trying to enforce the right methods that are going to cure anxiety. So if it's something else, I highly recommend any other group. I haven't, and if you guys know other groups that really focus on, you know what, any group that focuses on positivity is helping cure anxiety, but I don't know many groups that are like sticklers to rules about making sure that people aren't just complaining. So if you're trying to get more fit, if you're trying to learn about Bitcoin, or if you're trying to learn a new skill, there are Facebook groups for everything, and you can learn a lot from these groups. And then the last thing is just connecting to other people that have a similar mindset, or somebody that has more than you have. Trying to absorb from them. If they have, and I don't just mean stuff like money or whatever, I mean the skill that they have. Every once in a while I talk to people that have just this. I'm going to change my persona here for a second. Every once in a while, I talk to people that have this kind of calming energy, and my first gut reaction often is to get like annoyed, like I can't I can't stand the softness, and the pace is too slow for me, and I have to, like, I gotta swipe past their video, or I gotta think of what I'm going to talk to them about or something. That's my first gut reaction. But there's a level of patience that I really respect in people like that. So I try to be around them more and emulate them more, and then practice it more. This feels good, doesn't it? This is like keep calm and lead on radio. Penny says, what's Bitcoin? Oh boy. Cryptocurrency. It's going to replace, physical currency someday. Maybe not Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum. It's like investing. Can look at it that way. But yeah. So gave you guys a bunch of things that you can act on in your life. I told you you could do these while you're brushing your teeth or showering or doing the dishes, or like, anytime that you don't need to be paying attention to something, That's awesome. Craig saves videos and watches them later. Before you go to sleep, first thing in the morning when you wake up, what are you doing? Greg, 3:30 in the morning. Michelle says I almost put her to sleep. She closed her eyes and listened in a good way. That's good. Hey, if I'm trying to help people with anxiety, no matter how I'm putting them to sleep is a good way, right? All right, so let me tell you some stories. When I was a kid, I have a picture of me downstairs. I should run and show it to you guys. When I was a kid, I was really, really skinny. We grew up poor. We didn't have food at all, and I didn't care to eat. And yeah, Lisa, you can blast music while you're showering. Listen to whatever the self-help is that you want to listen to. I guess maybe now I understand why there's an LOL after that, because it's Kale in the shower helping you cure your anxiety. All right. Anyway, keeping it appropriate. So I was really scrawny, and I was really small growing up, and all throughout high school I was so skinny, and and not that I'm huge now or anything like that, but it messed with my self-esteem a lot. I put a lot of my self-worth into what I look like. I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I wasn't comfortable with clothes on. There's not too many people that relate to the skinny side. Most people relate to the fat side, they have too much weight. When you don't have enough weight, it's very, very similar, the mindset and the mentality. And the struggle is real wherever you go. So for skinny people, it's like you eat a little bit and then you get nauseous. You can't fit anymore in your belly, and you just feel so weak. And you feel like if you're trying to attract women didn't want to look at me because I was so scrawny, and I was terrible at sports because I was so skinny. So it was like everything in my junior high and high school life, and I became obsessed with wanting to get bigger and stronger and put weight on. So oh my gosh, this is like when the internet was really slow, you would try to download a picture and it would come across like pixels, like beep, 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 beep. And I would print out these workout plans that I would find, and I'd cut out like Men's Health magazines, and I made this huge binder of all types of workouts and all types of diet plans. And then I really committed to it, and I committed to stretching my stomach and putting weight on it. I put 30 pounds on in 6 months. That was all good stuff. And my lifting went up, and my confidence went up. But the confidence goes up, yes, because you're exercising, but so much more because you're committing to something and you're seeing change. And with any mental process, it's the same way. So in college, I was taking calculus, and I hit a roadblock. And I remember it's the same thing in high school. Every math was really easy for me. I loved math. I was such a math nerd. But calculus, I just, I couldn't figure it out. And I probably didn't try hard enough. But in college, I'm taking calculus, and I had to cut it off because I bombed the first test. and like I dropped the course, and then I came back and I took it again, and then I had tutors, and I made friends in the classes, which is something I usually didn't do. And I made friends, and we met up every week to go over everything that we learned from our separate tutoring sessions, and I became obsessed with it because I just wanted to freaking pass it. But I wanted it that bad, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I said, do I want to pass this, or do I just, do I not care that much? No, I really care. I really want this gone, so that's what I did. When I was at my lowest, when anxiety and panic was just this constant thing I was dragging around, when I was having panic attacks, when I couldn't sleep, when I was so depressed, when I felt so awful that I wanted to kill myself, it was very eye-opening. I knew it. But it took a while. It took months of suffering. That badly. It took years of suffering. It took most of my life of suffering, not as badly, but months of suffering that badly for me to finally say, like, enough is enough. Like, I want change. I want to grow. What's up, Michael? What's up, Kayla Stan? Craig says, have some my weight if you want, LOL. Oh, some of your weight. Send it over, brother. I'll turn it into muscle. So, yeah, I knew that I wanted to get better, and I knew that I wanted to be happy. And I told myself, no matter what, I'm going to be happy. No matter how many times I have to go, I'm wrong about this. And I am not a guy that's used to being wrong. At least I wasn't. Now I relish in it. I love finding out that I'm completely wrong about something, because then I know what to do right. Would you rather be wrong about something and suffer, be broke, be fat, or too skinny, or not confident enough, and not know that you're wrong? Or would you rather somebody throw it right in your face, show you that you're wrong, so you can go, oh, I've been putting A this whole time, I need to be putting B for this answer, and then boom, you can change your entire life. So that's where I was at. I was like, I'm willing to be wrong about everything. I want to dump everything, all of my waking moments in time. I don't want to watch TV anymore. I don't want to listen to music anymore. I want to feed my mind cures for depression, for anxiety, for PTSD, for insomnia. That was it. And that's what changed everything. And then you couldn't stop me for all the self-help. It was 30 books. It was, holy God, probably thousands of YouTube videos, probably maybe hundreds of podcast episodes. I don't think I broke thousands. Well, really, actually, it was years of podcasts as well. But that's what all my spare time, while I'm brushing my teeth, while I'm working out, while I'm in the shower, while I'm in the car, in between phone calls, in between clients, in between back in my sales job, and sitting at the dinner table, playing some kind of self-help, something to help me grow. And it started sinking in, and it started working. And then when I had decisions that came up, do I want to party my face off tonight, or should I just have a glass or two of wine? Well, I don't want to feel super anxious the next day, so a glass or two it is. Do I want to stay up late and watch this movie, or do I want to go to sleep so that I can go to the gym and feel good about myself? Okay, I'm going to go to sleep, feel good about myself. So the thing is, the reason why so many people are not curing themselves of anxiety is because they're not obsessed with it. They don't want it that bad. And they need to look in the mirror. You guys, you all need to look in the mirror and say, do I want it that bad? Is this something I want more than anything? And if it truly is, then you'll start changing. Then you'll see opportunities come up where you're like, sheesh, this could make me more anxious. Fighting with this person right now can make me more anxious. But I could just say, you know what? I see that we see things differently, and I love you anyway. And I'm just going to practice love. Fearing your next panic attack, But I hate them, Kale. It's so hard not to be afraid of them. I know. But why am I on this side and you're on that side? It's because I decided that I'd rather be happy than feed into that fear. I decided that I'd rather be at peace than justify that pain, that experience that I'm going to have. And you guys can do the same thing. I'm not Superman. And if I am, then you guys are too, and super women. That's just how it is. We're all capable of this stuff. So, here to help. Get obsessed. in a good, healthy way. Don't beat yourself up when you're not there. Look for opportunity to change and keep working at it. Craig says, I want my anxiety gone, bro. So I'm going to rewind back. There, dude, listen to this, Craig. I love you, man. You're up watching me at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning. This is beautiful. Well, you started at 3 o'clock. This is so important. I'm talking to you. I see you through the computer, through your phone. I'm watching you. It's creepy. Dude, listen to me. Do you think that anybody wants their anxiety? So when you say, I want it gone, that's not real. That's not real talk. You're not being real. You're not getting to the core of it. Everybody wants it gone. But so many people are suffering. Why are they suffering? Because they don't really want it. They're not obsessed with getting rid of it. They're not ready to commit to all the things that it takes to curing it. If you're ready for that, your life is going to start changing. You're going to do the things that I'm talking about. You're going to be asking questions. You're going to be seeking answers in yourself. Because, dude, you have the power within you. It's so much about your choices. It's so much about your mindset. It's so much about your practices. And I'm giving all the answers. I'm going to keep giving the answers. Because I'm hoping that one of these days, you, the rest of my brothers and sisters in this group, and as this group keeps growing, I want them to keep coming to me and keep coming to you guys, and we can create a ripple effect. You guys are going to make the right choices. You're going to cure yourselves. Everything's going to get better for your lives. You're going to be more grateful, more at peace, and more loving and happier than you would have ever been before without the anxiety. But you have to get obsessed, okay? Craig says, I'm ready. Sue says, great love, Kale. I mean, live. It's the same thing, right? Okay, guys. If I can do anything for you, let me know. If you have any questions, I'm going to have a sip of water, and I'll answer them. If not, I love you. I'm going to try to make this into like a 3 to 4 minute video and put it on my wall, because I'm going to make a new video every day for the next 63 days, I think. You guys are so welcome. I love you. I do. I really do. Want you happy, want you better, want you at peace. All right. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Have a great day. If you celebrate Easter, have a great Easter. And if you don't celebrate Easter, have a great day. Love you guys. Peace. Yes, I want to end the live video. Yeah. I need a clapper, you know?